Once more, Sid. Once more.
If I put my mask up far enough for my glasses not to fog up, it interferes with my blinking.
Hate it when that happens.
Let us know if you can hear us by typing in the chat, please.
And yet, my glasses still fog up.
Always.
Jeff, I had not been around Jonah. He's a stitch.
He's special. His phrases, they just, yeah.
He is a stitch.
But not GT, apparently, according to the testing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
We disagree.
So you're telling me if I take a test, I can get GNT?
there are probably some really outstanding people who were not qualified as GT.
We don't know.
Oh. Heck.
We have 55 devices online right now.
Excellent.
Sid, Marilyn Monroe, whomever this is, would like you to know that paper tape works to prevent fogging.
Marilyn Monroe wants me to know that?
Yes, apparently.
Wow. She speaks from beyond the grave. Thanks, Marilyn. How's Joe?
And John Kennedy.
Yeah.
Also, for those of you wondering, yes, Rob Landis has a microphone this evening, so he is with us.
Where does one put this paper tape if it's going to work? Hold it.
Eyelids.
Marilyn Monroe is apparently Marilyn Murr.
Oh, Marilyn
Put
Monroe.
it over your nostrils.
She should know she wears a mask all the time. She was wearing masks before they were cool. Where are we up to?
66.
Let's wait another minute or two. For those who are waiting, we're going to start with, all we're doing tonight is Christmas Welcome and We Plow the Fields. And we're going to start with Christmas Welcome. Well, let's go ahead and begin. We've worked the last couple of weeks on making sure we know where all of the elasticity needs to happen in this piece, which is a lot. Let's just see how we do hauling off and doing it. Let's have Grace sing first soprano, Lauren, I'm sorry, I forgot. Do we have alto divisi? We don't, do we?
I don't think so.
Yeah. And Jeff, if you'll sing bass.
Okay.
And there's no tenor divisi. Right? All right, let's start from the top. 2, 3, and
Welcome ye, thou heaven King. Welcome morning, one morning. Welcome to thee now we sing. Welcome you forever and day. Welcome you. Welcome you. Welcome you. Welcome you in glory, welcome you in glory, in worship of the holy day, in worship of the holy day. Welcome be the mighty God, welcome be the one that shot, welcome through the field our shield, welcome you forever and day, welcome you, welcome, welcome, welcome you. Welcome you in good array, welcome you in good array, in worship of the holy day, in worship of the holy day. Welcome ye, Stephen and John, welcome children everyone, welcome Thomas, Martin, welcome you forever and day. Welcome you, welcome you, welcome you. Welcome you, in worship of the holy day. In worship of the holy day.
2, 3, and
Welcome be the good new year. Welcome the 12th day of fear. Welcome be ye all that men here. Welcome you forever and day. Welcome you in good array, in worship of the holy day. Welcome you in good array. Welcome you in good array, in worship of the holy day. For yon is love, now make us merry. Welcome you forever and day. For yon is love, now make us merry.
good. Just a couple of things. Like at the top of page 14, make sure you carry that to the bar. The release will be on the downbeat of measure 63. And likewise, men, there's one spot where I don't think you're doing that. I think it's at the bottom of, I've got the page number off. It's in measure 8. Make sure you don't lift as if you're coming back in with the women. You carry it to the bar line. We have had specific requests for second soprano. Look at the bottom of page 8, everybody. And Grace, if you would sing second soprano through here, and then we're going to put it back together. And Lauren, would you read second soprano with that duet in just a minute?
Yeah,
Grace is going to sing it
Yeah.
first in measure 33. So second soprano. Here we go. Ready? And.
Welcome be ye, Stephen and John. Welcome children everyone. Welcome Thomas, Martin, everyone. Welcome you forever and day.
Keep going.
Welcome you.
And
Welcome you.
keep going.
Welcome you.
Yeah, that one doesn't look like what it sounds like, does it, second soprano? So I know it's a tricky bit. Let's do that one more time for them, Grace, and then we'll put it together with you and Lauren.
Okay.
33. 3, and.
Welcome be Stephen and John. Welcome children, everyone. Welcome Thomas, Matt, and everyone. Welcome y'all forever and day. Welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. Welcome y'all.
Good. And I think as helpful as it is to hear your part by itself, it really makes so much sense to hear it with the first soprano part. So Grace, if you go back to first, and Lauren, you sing second. Measure 33. 3, and.
Welcome be Stephen and John. Welcome children, everyone. Welcome Thomas, Matt, and everyone. Welcome you forever and day. Welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. Welcome y'all.
Good. And I was reminded today, I want to make sure everybody knows that you can go back and listen to these rehearsals. This isn't your only chance to hear those notes sung so beautifully. You can rehearse in the middle of the night in your pajamas. You may be doing that for right now, for all I know. Do we have any questions? Good. That was Rob. That was not me. I think that feels pretty good. Anybody in the room have any places that you think might be helpful to hear for your section, or anything you're having trouble with?
While they're thinking of places, Jim would like you to know that that is exactly what he is doing right now. He's in his PJs rehearsing.
Excellent. Thank you, Jim.
Could we do the second sopranos at the bottom of page 10? Sid?
Right there.
Yes.
Why don't you sing that for us, Grace? And 1, 2.
In worship of the holy day.
Would you mind singing that? Sing
Yeah,
a
sure.
second, Lauren, and go back to first, Grace. Bottom of 10. And 1, 2.
In worship of the holy day.
Good.
Jeff Hoover asked for the bottom of 5, the baritone line.
Bottom of 5. Okay, let's get into it for measure 19. Can you sing that for us, Jeff? Measure 19?
So
3, and.
Welcome be thou and the child, welcome through the feet thou a shield.
Let's do that one more time. Measure 19. Baritones. 3, and.
Welcome be thou and the child, welcome through the feet thou a shield.
Good. Let's have tenor, alto tenor bass in that 5/8, 15/8 bar. Here we go. So alto, tenor, baritone, sorry. Here we go. Would y'all sing that? And 3, 4.
Welcome through the feet thou a shield.
Good. And remember, baritones and basses make a big deal out of thou that you get to it first. Yes, sir.
They're asking, generally, words are more of a problem for some than notes, and then specifically, Mary Jo asked, how do you pronounce EF, ERE in measure 52?
52. Oh, my nose itches. If fair, I think. Welcome be the 12-day fair. Fair. It rhymes with here.
Fear.
Fear. Welcome be thou, good new year. Welcome be the 12-day fear, rhyming then with here.
So it said it's E-fear? E-fear?
Fear. I think so.
Or E-fear? Okay, E-fear. Sorry, I've been pronouncing that wrong then. The first part of that word.
For now, let's say fear,
E-fear, okay.
and I'll look it up to make sure.
Sid, are the 12/8, the alto bass rhythms like at measure 41, are those lining up where tenor has like the moving notes and we have the longer notes?
Let's sing that. Alto bass, measure 11. 2, 3, and.
Welcome you in good array.
Sorry, I wasn't there yet.
Here we go, measure 11. Sorry, my fault.
Or,
Measure 41.
oh, 41.
41.
Oh, I thought you said 11.
Here we go.
Is that what you-
3, 4.
Welcome you in good array, in worship of the holy day.
And they should feel real square against the other notes. Let's do it one more time. 2, 3, and.
Welcome you in good array, in worship of the holy day.
Good? Anybody else? Good. Let's move on to We Plow the Fields. It's just trickier in a different way, I think. Last week, which seems like about 10 minutes ago, we were working on the interior parts and first alto, second alto, all of those things. So tonight, I would just want us to run this as much as possible, and we'll do it with first soprano and second alto, and then we'll just do hopefully all the permutations of what we've got on the page. So be patient. I know that we've asked specifically, somebody's asked for second soprano. We'll get to that. Hopefully we'll get to all of them. Yes, let's just start at the beginning, or right where the voices come in. Here you go. And 1, and 2.
We plow the fields and scatter the good seed on the land, but it is fed and watered by God's almighty hand.
God sends the snow in winter, the warmth to swell the grain, the breezes and the sunshine, and soft refreshing rain. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. Then thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord for all his love.
Good. Let's go back. I realize I didn't even tell you what parts to sing, and you did it anyway. You sang first, Jake?
First.
First,
Bass.
bass,
Second.
and second. Okay, so that was first soprano, first tenor, bass, and second alto. Let's do the same thing again so that the people at home can now know what we're doing, thanks to me. Thanks to me not asking before. Do the same thing you did just a minute ago. That was lovely. Go 1 and 2.
We plow the fields and scatter the good seed on the land, but it is fed and watered by God's almighty hand.
God sends the snow in winter, the warmth to swell the grain, the breezes and the sunshine, and soft refreshing rain. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. Then thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord for all his love.
we're stopped, measure 41, make sure you release. I'm counting in two, I'm counting the big beats. So it's gonna be 1 release, 1 off. So the singers here are doing exactly right. Do it just as they do it. Look at measure 33, so you'll know where that release is. It's on the second half of the second big beat. 1 and 2 off. Same thing is true in measure 27, 28, 29. Same thing is true in measure 25. Just make sure you're not squaring those off and holding them to the bar. Now, let's go back, do that much again. We can actually start at pick up to measure 17. And this time, when there's a second soprano part, sing it. When there's a second tenor part, sing it. Baritone and first alto. Okay? So it's exactly the opposite of what we just did a moment ago. Pick up to 17, men. And 1 and 2.
God sends the snow in winter, the warmth is swell on gray, the breezes and the sunshine, and soft refreshing rain. Our good gifts around us are sent from heaven above, are sent from heaven. Then thank the Lord. Oh, thank the Lord for all his love.
Good. Anything in there with those parts that you think we need to be aware of, these people in the room?
For the alto 1 or 2, or you?
What
either?
you just did.
No. Okay.
We're good. Well, is there anything for alto 1?
No, alto 1 is good. The alto 2 in measure,
I meant alto 2, yeah.
alto 2 in 30 through 33 is a little tricky.
Rob, would you play alto 2, Are Sent from Heaven?
And then it,
Oh,
No, alto,
alto 2.
alto 2.
oh, I'm sorry.
So I think does it jump up to that A?
It does, I don't think it does, because you've
Okay.
got a half note.
Oh, right, you're right. Got it.
Okay, so that's second alto there.
It's so hard to distinguish.
Yeah.
I know, it's STEM city in there.
For second sopranos on measure 21, I would just
Yes.
remind that you hold that G. It looks kind of weird because it's tied. Right? Is that correct?
Yes.
At least
That's
that's what
right.
I'm doing. Okay, good. Yeah. So just
Yeah.
you hold that G over.
Yeah, that's actually not written correctly, is it?
Right, isn't it?
No.
It should be a half note.
Yeah. We're looking at measure 21, second sopranos. Yeah, you don't go up to the A, you stick on the G.
Edith Norlow asked for the soprano 2 part in measure 23 through 24.
Let's see. Is that right?
Yeah, it just stays on that A, yeah, and then goes down.
Again?
Oh, the soft refreshing rain, yes. Any other parts in that? We're gonna move on to after the key change, unless we have any other questions. Good, let's look at the We Thank Thee Then, O Father, our Maker, sorry. Here we go.
First, are we doing, what
Oh,
parts are we singing?
let's go back to what you did the first pass.
Okay.
So it's first soprano, first tenor, bass, second alto. Here we go. And 1 and 2.
We thank thee then, our Maker, for all things bright and good. The seedtime and the harvest, our life, our health, our food. The gifts of wheat of earth, for all thy loving hands. But that which thou desirest, think fast. Our
we'll do the ending in just a second. I'm sorry, Rob, I started too fast. Can we do that one more time from that we thank thee then our maker, maybe a little bit slower? Same, first bass, second alto. About 1 and 2.
We thank thee then, our Maker, for all things bright and good, the seed time and the harvest, our life, our health, our food, the gifts of which offer for all thy loving loves, but that which thou desirest for us, our good gifts are on us, are sent from heaven above.
Good. Anything, people in the room, that you think we should look at separately? Grace?
Just a question about the breath on measure 72 for women, for the sopranos and altos.
Right.
Rather. Do you want that breath right on the beat 3, or kind of
Yeah, let's just put on beat 3.
right on beat 3?
Because that's the easiest thing.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sid, could we differentiate the pickup on the new key versus the pickup at the beginning? One's a quarter and one's an eighth note.
Right. That's right. On the very first verse, we plow the fields, but it is fed. But on the second verse, it's we thank thee then. So it's quarters later in the arrangement, and it's oftentimes eighths in the first verse. Anybody else have? Yes, sir. Jake.
It's not split specific, but I think 81 is a booger for the soprano ones and tenors.
Soprano ones.
And tenors, just because the melody, we're clashing with the melody on our entrance.
You mean both tenor parts?
Yes.
Okay. Grace, would you sing first soprano, and Jake, would you sing first tenor? Are sent from heaven. That's measure 80. Yeah. 1 and 2 and 1.
Are sent from heaven above.
Let's do that one more time. 1 and 2 and 1.
Are sent from heaven above.
Good. Now, well, no, let's not do that yet. We're going to go back and do the other parts that we haven't done all through that verse. Question?
We have 3 requests. Measure 71 through 72 for the tenors.
Okay.
Measure 75 through 81 for the alto ones.
Okay, let's start with tenors, pick up to measure 72. And this is tenor 1 right now.
Yes.
1 and 2.
But that which thou desirest, our hearts.
Okay, that's tenor 1. Do you want to hear tenor 2? Okay, I'm hesitant to do it before I go back and do all the parts we haven't just done, but we can do it. But that which thou, second tenor. 1 and 2.
But that which thou desirest, our hearts.
That's both first and second.
Then 75 through 81 for the alto one.
75, alto.
75?
I think she typed the wrong measure.
Probably
I think
76.
76.
Yeah, for alto
1?
1. We haven't done alto 1 yet, but you know what? I really want to wait until we do all those parts before we get that. But you had another question. Okay, just 2.
I have a quick question. 72 for the women, is that a quarter rest or an eighth?
Right.
Quarter rest.
Yeah. Since we're in 2, a quarter
Yeah.
rest is brief. Okay, now hopefully this can answer some of your other questions. We're going to go back to pick up to measure 59, and this time we're going to have second soprano, second tenor, baritone, and first alto. Second soprano, second tenor, baritone, first alto. Here we go. 1 and 2.
We thank thee then, our Maker, for all things bright and good, the seed time and the harvest, our life, our health, our food. The gifts of wheat or offer for all thy loving ones, that which thou desirest, the hearts, our good gifts around us, are sent from heaven above. Then
That's good. That's well done, Jake. Extra points. Before we do anything else, let's just sing All Good Gifts Around Us Are Sent from Heaven Above for me. That's measure 74, 76. All good gifts. Same voices. 1 and 2 and.
all good gifts around us are sent from heaven above.
Yeah, and in measure 82, there's a lot of noodling going on in there. I mean, y'all are doing it right, but it's like vines, those parts sort of mesh together, so.
I think I sang the second tenor part for a second, if we,
Good, because I didn't. That D natural to an A flat is really tricky. Can we just do the tenor 2 part right there?
Right there,
What
where?
measure?
All good gifts, what is that, 76?
You want to hear it?
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay, is that it? Do you want to sing it?
Yeah, let's do it.
1 and 2 and.
Our good gifts around us.
Good. Jeff, do you have something you want to hear now that you've confessed?
no, I just think I need to look at the right notes this time.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Yes, question.
yes. Edith asked for soprano 2 part for 64 through 66.
Okay, we're going to start at the seed time and the harvest, second soprano.
Is that right?
I think
One more
so.
time,
That's-
Rob, sorry.
That's what I've been singing.
Right, it's a little snake music there.
And then one other question. On measure 81, the third note for the second sopranos, is that a quarter note or an eighth note?
For the second sopranos,
Correct.
it's a quarter note. Yeah, it's a quarter note. The third note for second sopranos in measure 81 is a quarter note, right?
It has to be.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So,
That would be mean if it wasn't.
yeah, it is. I was going to say something, but it's gone now. Okay, so if there's nothing else with what we've just done, let's approach the end and
I think they wanted the alto one there before.
alto one way.
Yeah,
From where,
the
Lauren?
all good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. 76. Yeah,
Alto,
earlier when alto 1. Yeah. That's 2.
Yeah, that's 2.
is that not right? What did you want?
That's 2. The alto 1 there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Let me do it again.
that it?
Keep going.
Sorry, Rob, would you start at Our Sent from Heaven, measure 80 for first altos? Yeah, both times it ends on that wonky G flat. Let's sing that from All Good Gifts. Alto 1, 1, and 2, and. One.
Are sent from heaven above.
Okay? Okay, unless there's any other questions, let's address the ending. Last week, back at the chorale, I said that and last week, and maybe this week, I would prefer that to carry over. But if the singers have already recorded it and there's a lift and you haven't changed it, okay, I didn't want you to have changed it and then me change it back. All right, so everybody take your pencil, which is no doubt at the ready, and restore the lift after Lord in the fourth measure from the end. So we won't carry over. Let me do this. So also do this, because I've done this and it really helped me. In the 6/4 bar, people at home and any people, all people, if you would write the number 4 over the word Lord, you're going to sing, the women sing, oh, thank the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then thank the Lord. It'll help you get there and know exactly what you're doing. In the heat of battle, you're going to want to know that.
So let me get this absolutely right. After the fermata on Lord,
There's a lift.
there's a lift. Okay. Got it.
Right now, Rob, would you play measure 80, 2, 3, 4, then thank the Lord. The men and the ladies' parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord, and lift for all his. Will it work for the lift after Lord to be the downbeat? Or does there have to be a lift and a downbeat?
I don't know if I understand the question.
Thank the Lord. Oh, thank the Lord for it's this close, so there's not a big break.
I'll have to double check, but I think that's correct.
One way or the other, there's going to be a break. We know that, whether it's big or little. Okay, let's look at first tenor and bass at measure 80, 4, then thank the Lord. And we're only going to go that far with just the men. Here we go. 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Wait, let's do that once again. Here we go. Same thing. 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now let's add the women. Do first soprano and second alto. So guys, do what you just did. Ladies, you do that. 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Then thank the Lord.
now let's go back and do same thing, but Jeff sing bass, Jake sing second tenor. Stay on first soprano, sing first alto this time. Here we go. Men, 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord.
1, 2, 3, and stop. Let's do that one more time. We're doing tenor. Remind me. Sorry.
I said bass. I can do that.
I'm sorry. Do baritone.
Baritone,
Bass,
okay.
baritone. My fault.
Bass.
I'm sorry.
tenor.
Tenor and baritone.
Okay.
2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Then thank the Lord. Oh, thank the Lord.
Good. That sounds like Singers Unlimited. That's good. There is no lift after the first Lord or in measure 88. I don't have a lift there. Do you? Good. Good. Hang on. Somebody's texting me that I bet has a question. No.
87 is pretty tough there for the alto 1. They might want to hear that.
Okay, let's hear alto 1 to the end, from 87 to the end.
Okay.
2, 3,
Alto
and
1.
alto 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord, for all his love.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, do that one more time. Sorry, I got confused. 87 alto 1. 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord, for all his love.
Excellent. Can we hear second soprano at 87? 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord, for all his love.
Yeah, and second sopranos, I know there's not a stem there, but it's because it's a whole note. You do sing what looks like the second soprano part, just like Grace did. Can we hear baritone to 87, from 87 to the end? And then we'll hear second tenor to the end, and then we're going to be speaking event. We'll be done. Baritone, 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord, for all his...
That's second tenor.
Oh, you're right.
Boy,
This
that
is
is
a weird joke.
that's a big leap for baritone.
You're right.
Not a problem. Let's do that one more time, 87. 2, 3, and.
Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord, for all his love.
3, 4, 2, 3, and. Good. Now let's hear second tenor. 2, 2, 3, and 1.
Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord, for all his love.
2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and. Good. Any questions? Great. Everybody's probably glassy-eyed at home. I know I am. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. And now we're going to scoot over to Zoom,
Link is in the email I sent at 7 o'clock.
and we have all sorts of wonderful things to tell you, so please don't leave. Thank you, singers. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Ryan,
Thank you, Sid.
so much. Well, good rehearsal.
Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord.